is with us on a Tuesday. We are stopping in Flushing, Queens, where Francisco Lindor had 3 hits on Monday to reach 1,500. Wow, on his career. Got us to project out. He's 31 years old. D-Row, how close to 3,000 will he get, do you think? Are we getting greedy? What do you think?
I was looking at this, Lauren. He's bring that board up, Dev. He's on the hits leader. I think he's 24th currently.
Okay.
With 1,500. I mean, there's a ton of names on there. The thing, and Nays made a good point on the Zoom call today. The hits, 3,000 is going to be hard to come by. Manny Machado really is the one that looks like he's got a legit chance to do it. What we should be concerned about is Francisco Lindor looks like a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, his numbers,
shortstop,
right? His numbers are trajecting there. So I don't know how close he gets to 3,000 hits, but pretty phenomenal what he's done. And just to see him come over to New York, the early struggle, right it, become a leader, the postseason, everything, he's like really kind of asserted himself as the guy.
He loves to play. I wouldn't rule it out because he loves to play, keeps himself in great shape. I mean, I remember asking his trainer, where does the power come from? Have you looked at his legs? His bottom half is so strong. But I will say, I like the Manny call. Middle infielders tend to wear out a little sooner. I remember Robbie Alomar, Steve Sachs, guys who look like they're almost locks for 3,000. The higher you climb that mountain as a middle infielder, the more wear and tear there is. And I think with Manny, the body hasn't changed at all, loves to play, posts all the time, playing on the corner these years. I like his chances of the active players.
Jose Altuve, 2,200 plus?
Yeah, he's there too.
Yeah, it's a lot of hits, man. Wow,
Just Machado ends up with 3,000 hits and a bunch of bombs. Wow.
Just for all 3 fantastic players. You always talk about as well. This game at this level is about adjustments, and Brice Turang is a player that clearly made some changes in the offseason and has brought them into the season in 2025.
It's amazing. I mean, we love finding these little things that guys do. They move their foot a little bit, move their hands a little bit. I saw Brice Turang this year, and I said, that's a different hitter, a different player. And he really does look like a different hitter. You can look at the stats, right? He's going to tell you he's made some of the biggest adjustments in baseball. The swing is longer, there's more bat speed. The ball is absolutely flying off his bat. I don't think that's sustainable, 94 miles per hour. But there's definitely more pop in this guy's bat, especially a couple of years ago to me. It looked like he could knock the bat out of his hands. Good year last year, great base runner, platinum defender. He's turning himself into a major good offensive player. I mean, look at these swings. This home run here, right here, look at that swing. That's the one that caught my attention, like, wow.
He's not reaching for
Let's go back to the same pitches here. That's a cutter inside. You see what he does to it, kind of carves it the other way. Same pitch this year. I want to see it. Watch him stay behind this baseball and just absolutely turn and burn on it. That's a home run hitter's swing. So let's break it down. First of all, if I'm a pitcher, if we stop this here, looking in the box, on the left last year, that's a guy who's not going to hurt me going yard. He's looking to go the other way. I call it a little man stance. Not that he's a little man, but he's trying to play a small game, right? I see him in the box this year, and it's like, I got to pay attention because this guy might take me out of the yard. Now run it here, and you'll see some of the other changes in the swing. The big thing I look at here is his stride. That front foot doesn't pick up on the left last year until the ball is in the loaded position. He's getting ready so much earlier this year. The ball is still in the pitcher's hand, and he's getting ready. He's really loading. Now look at the turn. His hips are starting to turn already to open up, whereas before, the stride is actually towards the shortstop position, and he's looking to inside out the ball the other way. Here's what I see. See that? If we run that back, if we can, I look at the belt buckle on his left hip. You see that's all the way turned as he makes contact, where he's still closed off last year. That's a home run swing on the right. It's the same exact pitch. These are not 2-strike pitches, different approach. Brice Turang, to me, is a dangerous hitter right now. Listen, last year he had 7 home runs. Wouldn't surprise me if he at least doubles that this year.
We got to do that at the skybox, Tom.
That's a lot going on there.
Good visual. That's a massive adjustment he's made right there.
Tells you what a great athlete he is.
And then he could go back to the other one with 2 strikes if he wanted.
Anytime.
Boom,
I mean, this guy, he's, you know, Pat Murphy's batting him leadoff here. And some people were questioning, why are you hitting Turang leadoff? Well, you put your best hitters at the top of the lineup, and he's one of the best.
That follow-through reminds me of Sean Green. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but that's what I
4
thought.
home. What did he had? The game of.
Sean Green he could hit. Let's talk about the Red Sox. Garrett Crochet has already gotten the contract extension. It's not a huge sample size of him in a Red Sox uniform, but you've already noticed a few changes to his arsenal to what he was employing with the White Sox.
Yeah, I was curious to see how this fit worked out because last year, remember, the Red Sox got our attention because they threw so few
Nothing but
fastballs,
breaking
right?
balls, yes.
37% fastballs, not including cutters here. 2-seamers, 4-seamers. Fewest in recorded history, right? They get Garrett Crochet, who to me, and analytically, had the best 4-seam fastball of any starting pitcher in the major league last year. If you look at run value, singular pitches, his 4-seamer is the highest among starting pitchers, right?
Wow.
He threw it over half the time, about 53%. Why change, right? Well, he's a Red Sox pitcher now. And guess what? He has changed. You're right. It's a small sample size. Let's wait to see how this plays out. But we're seeing Garrett Crochet down to 43%. That's a major drop. I know it's only 2 starts, but that's still a lot for a guy who just has an incredible 4-seam fastball. It catches my eye here. The velo's down a little bit, nothing to be concerned about. The extension, that's a pretty big difference in extension. He's not getting down the mound as much. There's a little bit less, I guess, effort, if you will. Not that he was a true max effort guy. So we're looking at a different pitcher who now is relying on the cutter. Wow. He's got the 4th highest of our starting pitchers cutter usage. And again, super early, keep that in mind here, people. But for Garrett Crochet, with the best 4-seamer to turn into a cutter pitcher, that's surprising to me. Yeah. And it's a good cutter. But I'm going to just show you his fastball from last year and this year. You're not going to see a major difference, right? It's still plenty good enough to get people out. But the thing that not concerns me, but I noticed, is just a little effortless, which is fine. Maybe in the long run, that keeps him healthy throughout his first full season, right? But it's just curious to me that you go to the Red Sox and the first thing you notice is the fastball use goes down. Yeah. And they do this, Robert, in the minor leagues, too. They have quotas for pitchers in the minor leagues to throw a certain number of cutters, breaking balls, off-speed pitches. They, like a lot of people now, they think fastballs get hit, so let's mix it up a lot more.
Let's stay in the American League East, and let's talk about the Tampa Bay Rays. We know that they do things differently. They're always flying under the radar. They're always discounted. But you've noticed something that I found eye-popping regarding their fastball velocity staff-wide. Tell us.
How about this? They have the fastest pitching staff ever. The Tampa Bay Rays are averaging 95.4 miles per hour on their fastballs. No one in recorded history has averaged that much. They have 9 pitchers who are averaging over 95 miles per hour. This is crazy when you think about velocity. The Mariners last year at 95.3. Again, small sample size caveat, I get it. But there's no questioning the power that this team has on the mound. What's interesting, too, of the 9 pitchers averaging 95, 7 were acquired in trades, and the other 2 who were drafted in the 5th round or later. And how about this? Again, early, I get it, but the early trend is look at the strikeout to walk rate for the Rays. I mean, that's crazy. That's unsustainable having it 5-1 strikeouts to walk, but it tells you they're in a conversation. And to me, it's a great measurement of pure stuff, is the strikeout to walk rate. Throwing hard's great. But to have that kind of ratio between strikeouts and walks, we may be looking at like historic kind of stuff that the Rays have put together. And they've done it, as you mentioned, they're like, to me, I actually think they get too much credit for their drafting. I think they do a way better job identifying talent elsewhere. Yeah. I mean, they're like people at the garage sale. You know, you've got a Picasso out there for 25 cents, and the Rays say, that's got value in it. I'm going to grab that thing. They do that with pitchers left and right. All these guys, I mean, 7 of the 9 guys averaging over 95 picked up in trades. And again, you don't see first-round picks out there. They have first-round arms. But this team, I'm telling you, going back, this is how much the game has changed. Going back to 08, they had 2 guys. They went to the World Series with 2 pitchers who threw 95. And this year they have 9. Now, keeping them healthy is always the issue for every staff. I get it. But here's the other interesting thing. Talking a lot about velocity here. Do you know the Rays pitching staff throws only 42% fastballs? The fastest pitching staff ever throws only 42% fastballs. Wow. There's been 31 teams in history average 94 and above. They throw the fewest fastballs of anybody. I mean, the game has changed so much. Back when they went to the World Series in 08, they're throwing almost 2/3 fastballs. Now we're way below 50% with fastballs. So just having velocity is not enough in the game today. They can pitch, not just break some radar gun records.